Hey guys, happy Sunday. So, I have been doing a devotional study for the past 2 weeks now on The Armor of God by Priscilla Shire. And I really like this study. For anyone who's never done it, I think it's 7 week long devotional that talks about Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10 through 18. And it really just breaks down what the armor of God is. And what I'm really, really, really enjoying about this study is that it teaches you how to tackle basically everything that the enemy can throw at us and all the gifts that God has given us to handle that stuff. And I had a situation, not a situation, but I had something happen this week that kind of showed me one of my big things that I allow to kind of consume me sometimes. So coming from a background of atheism, and being saved and giving my life to God and all that stuff, I know what it's like to be in the mindset of an atheist, and it's kind of intimidating now whenever I talk to people who I don't think are strong Christians or believe or things like that. And in my book, in like the little workbook that we get, I read this paragraph and I really liked it. It says, "In what ways do I pose the biggest threat to the enemy and his purpose?" That was the question. And it said, "The enemy will always seek to hinder you in areas where you are keeping his goals from being accomplished. Are you particularly vocal about your faith? Then he may agitate fear and insecurity in you so you'll keep your mouth closed." And this week, I spent a lot of time with my coworkers. I work a morning shift where it's kind of quiet. We have a lot of downtime because it's hard to really get things accomplished at 5:30 in the morning. So it's a lot of like office work. And my one of my coworkers had asked me. We started talking about faith, and I was actually kind of surprised that he had brought it up. And he had said he doesn't understand how if he doesn't believe in like God, that there's a plan for all of us, because he knows that there's also free will. And he said he's Catholic, and he had talked to priests and stuff like that. And he was like, "What do you think?" I was like, "I don't know." Like that was like my first initial like feeling. But more than that, like in my heart, I was just like, I don't know. I kind of was embarrassed to genuinely voice what I thought, because I knew he wasn't a strong, Christian. And as sad as it is, I was kind of embarrassed. I didn't want him to think I was dumb. I didn't want him to think I was X, Y, and Z. But then I was like, you know what? If he straight up asked me, he wants to know my thoughts. Like he's not the kind of guy. My computer's about to die. He's not the kind of guy that would ask me to kind of like taunt me. Hang on, I always do this. Um, and so I kind of thought about it, and I was like, put it in, put it in. And so I thought about it, and I wanted to give a legit response. So I had said that I believe, and this is what I believe, that God has a plan for all of us, and we are all given free will. And the reason why we have convictions, and the reason why we have feelings and pulls, is um, sorry, my computer's making all kinds of crazy noise. Is that because when we go off the path that God has planned for us, we start to get bad feelings of, this isn't right, this isn't what I'm supposed to do. And if you aren't in tune and connected with those feelings, you're not going to sense them. If you're not plugged into the Word, if you're not plugged into God, you're not going to feel God pulling on your heartstrings. So, for instance, there's been a lot of situations that I've gone and I've started to do, but just in my heart, I was like, that's not right. And I would blindly, not do it. And just kind of just hope and pray, like God has my back, He knows what's up, and it's worked out for the best. To me, that's what it means to have a preset destiny, but also have free will. It's up to us. If we don't go God's way, He knows in the end like what's gonna happen, but He wants us to, He knows how we're gonna be, I guess you could say. But the point of that is that even when, you know, if someone asks you a question, and even if you don't feel like you're up to answering it, or you don't know, still say what you say with conviction. Say it like you mean it. Because if you're out there and you're trying to talk to people about God and you don't even sound like you're sure, they're gonna, you know what I mean? Like you have to have faith in what you say, and you have to believe in your God. You know what I mean? Like, my God's awesome. You know, spread the word. So, and I guess what I'm trying to say is just knowing the truth helps you stand bold. And whenever you feel embarrassed or silly for saying things, that's just the devil trying to keep you down. And I think it's really important to be able to say that, like, no, like, that is the devil putting those thoughts in my head. Because once you can do that, you're limitless. You know, the devil has no hold over you. You're happy. You know, anytime I get a negative thought in my head now, that's like the first thing that I think of is like, you know, that's not a real thought. It's not anything. And ever since I've started this study, it's been, I mean, like I said, only 2 weeks, but I've been like undescribably just at peace with myself, because every time something bad happens, I'm just like, I'm good. You know, I'm okay. You know, this may suck now, but there's a reason. So if that's something you're struggling with this week, don't, you know, be proud and talk about it, and don't shy from your faith. Whenever I go around, there's this girl who's she was my boss in the Coast Guard, but she's so vocal about her faith. I went to Essential Oils party yesterday, and she started talking about how she felt like the oils were like put on this earth. You're not, you're fine. You know, the oils are put on this earth, you know, by God. And she was like, and if y'all don't believe in God, I feel bad for y'all. Like, it was just like, I don't know. It's just funny because she's so vocal about things. So, anyway, so yeah. So if that's something you're struggling with this week, go out of your way to get over that embarrassment, and go out of your way to try to, because that's the only way you're going to get over it. It's like public speaking. You just got to do it. So if it's hard for you to talk about God, and it's hard for you to talk about, you know, things like that, make it a point in your day, once a day, to walk to somebody, and don't be like, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Just be like, hey, can I pray for you? You know, say something random like that. You'd be surprised at A, what people say, and B, just A. But anyway, so I hope you guys have a great week, and I'm going with round 2 as well on my middle school life group, and so I'm really excited. The first one had about 3 girls in it, which was awesome because it was really small and a little bit more intimate, and made me more comfortable. So it's only going to go up from here. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great week and a great day, and make healthy choices, and be nice to people, and pet all the dogs, and until next time.